Hello everyone. In this short video, I'm going to cover 4 reasons of the current inflation that we are seeing. All right, so let's get started. So the first one is fiscal policy. Basically, we spend too much money. The government spent too much money. You can see that being reflected in this graph, how the consumer spending went basically through the roof during this period of time. So let's see how much money we spent. Well, we spent 2.3 trillion under the CARES Act. Then we had another stimulus package at the end of 2020 of 900 billion. And then in the beginning of 2021, we had another one of 1.9 trillion. Putting this in perspective, this is 23.5% of the GDP of 2020 or 21% of the GDP of 2021. So basically, if we look at what we did compared to during the Great Recession, now we are spending about 4 times more than then. We spent 5.1% then. Now we are spending 4 times more than what we did during the Great Recession. So what does that do? When you spend more money, people have more money. So now the demand for goods and services increases, but the supply does not keep up with it because the demand is increasing very fast, as you can see explained by this graph here. And then what will happen is prices will have to go up when this happens. All right, so that's number one. Number two is monetary policy. We printed too much money. All right, so if you look at this graph here, the money supply is going through the roof during this period. All right, so let's see some numbers. During February of 2020 and March of 2022, the money supply increased by about 40%. All right, this is an extremely hyper increase in money supply. So what that means is there is more money in the market chasing the same amount of goods. And if there's more money, but the number of goods and services is still the same, then prices will see upward pressure and we get what we call price inflation. So that's reason number two. Reason number three has to do with the supply chain issues. Because of COVID, because of lockdowns and other issues related to COVID, what we saw is that the global supply chain were having a lot of issues. So this is a global supply chain pressure index. So when this is up, that means we have supply chain issues. And what that means is that the goods that we're trying to buy, because of the first two reasons, they were not coming to us. And because of that, prices were going even higher than they would otherwise be. All right, so that's reason number three. And then the last one has to do with the war in Ukraine. Of course, this has increased energy prices, this has increased food prices, and of course, both of those play into increasing other prices as well. So put upward pressure in other prices, leading to higher inflation. So all of these 4 reasons are the reasons why we are seeing inflation today. Corporate greed is not one of them.